Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So on this channel I like to play games from my childhood a lot. As you've probably guessed if you've watched for a while, you've seen games like Theme Hotel, Pick City and whatnot. That were all games I played as a child. However, today we're going to be bucking that trend. This is not a game I played as a child. However, it is the kind of game that I would have played as a child if I'd known about it. It is a 2006 life simulator called Kudos. I have no clue how you pronounce that, but yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna start a new game. We get to pick from a choice of characters. They all look horrifying, but I don't know which most resembles me. I feel like it's this first one here. So you get to change the name. That will be me. You can adjust the stats, but I don't know. I think we should just start with default. That seems better, maybe. I don't know. I've never played this game until today, and even then, I just played it a bit to get to grips with it before the video. Let's start playing and set the scene. It's 6:20 PM on April 14th, 2006. You are 20 years old and single. Relatable. Tonight is your 20th birthday. You live alone in a small flat in Greenville, a quiet, unremarkable town. Somehow you left school without any qualifications to speak of, and you have a dead-end job that doesn't have much of a future. What are you going to do with your life? And what will you have achieved by your 30th birthday? So, start living. That sets the scene. And this music, it's nice and soothing, but it does get old quite quickly. I'm gonna mute it for me, but you're gonna have to listen to it, so deal with that. Depending on how annoying it gets, I may mute music in game later on. I don't know yet. But here we are, in the game. So there's a bunch of stuff to keep track of everywhere, but it's Monday, April 2006. So just quickly outlining it, this game's calendar system works 1 week for a month and the same number of months in a year. So accelerated calendar system, yes, but not massively accelerated. This isn't one of those 1 year is 1 turn kind of life simulator type games like BitLife or whatever. Now this is in depth, but yeah, you can see the weather, you can see the days of the week, you can see how much money we have, you can see how much kudos, however the hell you pronounce that, how much of that we have. That's like social approval. You can see it says that. You get very funny thing here that's basically a description of your character. You are a sociable, clueless waitress. You have stats down here, and I realise I'm kind of in the way of those, so we may need to change that. Give me a second. Okay, the problem I had is wherever I go on the screen I block something important, but I worked out in this corner it's just the skills that I'm blocking, which I think is possibly the least consequential. So there's stats here, as I was saying before I blocked myself, or whatever it was. You've got your activities that you can do down here. It tells you the time for one activity. Over here, you've got your career, which tells us we're a waitress, how much money we earn, where we work, commute distance, commute method, you can change that, and then here it tells you information about your career and how you can be more likely to get promoted and the effects that your job has on you. Here you have people that you're close to, but they're all darkened because we're not particularly close to them. It's just these are classed as our social contacts, and then if you click on a specific contact, they have people branching off of them, which are question marks because we haven't met those people yet, but once you meet those people through interacting with those primary people that are there, It's kind of confusing, but you'll get the gist as you go on. It's just simply you meet people and they introduce you to people like that. So as I was saying, down here there are skills which I will block, but if I need to show you anything, I'll remove myself temporarily. So yeah, I've explained how the game worked, and that took like way too long. So we have time for one activity today. But the first thing I want to do is look at our commute method. I think it would be a good idea to change our commute method, because there are plenty of other options. So the bus is the first one, which we're going to go for. I just want to show you the other options quickly. So you can go by bicycle, motorbike, car, skateboard, but we don't own any of those, so we can't right now. But yeah, we're going to go by bus because it's less tiring and it's only a little bit of money, which we can easily afford. So we have time for one activity. Our health is our highest, which is good, but I want to work on that a bit more. We're going to go jog, and you can see the effect that has on our stats. It improved a bunch of them, like fitness, health. It improved stress because it went down, improved weight because that went down, made tiredness worse because that went up. This thing to keep in mind is stats. Not all of them are good, especially alcohol. Don't be getting that one up. But yeah, it's time to sleep. The day is over, so you click the alarm clock icon, go to bed, and it tells you about what we do the next day. So, wonderful sunny day when you put the bus to work, and you arrive at the restaurant feeling bored and tired. Lol. You had a bad day at work today, which will not help your mood. Today, after bills and tax, you earned $18.08, of which $7.65 was tips. This game is set in America, evidently. But don't worry, it's 2006, Trump is not president, don't panic. The journey to work cost you $1.12. How the hell are they getting a bus for that cheap? I won't go through this every time, but you can see how our stats have been affected, and we're gonna want to maybe do something to improve those stats or improve other stats. One thing that should have become obvious quite quickly from me explaining is because of how I explained the calendar system works. This game is played for quite a long time because there's so many days, in so many weeks, in so many months, in 10 years that you play this game. I worked it out, there's 840 days. So this game involves a lot of thinking ahead, and one aspect of this is we're going to want to educate ourselves through evening classes, so you can train in different professions. But I think for starters we're going to want to learn a life skill in adult college. So you can learn French, Italian, Kung Fu, kickboxing, meditation, basic IT skills, driving, food hygiene, basic cooking. I want to do basic cooking, just so we know that. It costs $18 a week. It's on predetermined days, so it's not as if you're just going to the class right away. It's penciling in, like, oh, I want to go to this class or whatever. But yeah, we enroll in that, and so next Monday we'll go to a basic cooking class. And that was our one activity for the day, to book a class for in a week's time. It took that long for us to do. Yeah, go to bed. Wonderful sunny day when you put the bus to work. You arrived at the restaurant feeling bored and tired. Had a bad day at work today, which will not help your mood. Today, after bills and tax, you earned $17. Yeah, I don't need to go through this every time, do I? But heck, we're getting phone calls. They are both inviting me to social things. So I can either go to a game of poker, which is going to cost $60. And when I only have $65, I don't think that's a good idea, especially for poker. But the social invite from my fellow Benjamin sounds a bit more reasonable. We're going to a Mexican restaurant in town. So it'll cost $20, but yeah, we're going. We will get the healthy option and we will not drink alcohol, because I think that's for the best. So he didn't especially enjoy tonight. He didn't like your mood. I didn't ask. Suitability, it was something he enjoys. So you can make a mental note of that if you want, that this guy enjoys Mexican restaurants. And then there's this guy as well, Nicholas Beardsley. Nicholas had a good time. He didn't like the mood. It was exactly what he likes. You can like Jill Carter, who's not very happy with us for skipping out on poker, but that's what you get. We go to bed. Wonderful sunny day, plus blah blah blah. Don't need to go through this every time. So we have time for one activity after work. We should do something for ourselves, I reckon. Our character is pretty tired, so I think that is the main thing we want to try and tackle, along with them being quite bored. None of them tackled both, but I suspect watching TV might, so we're gonna do that. We can watch either World News 24, we can watch the Arts Show, or we can watch the Food Show. There are other options, but we can't watch those because we don't have cable television. I'm gonna watch the Food Show. Yeah. It made us less stressed and less bored. It did not make us less tired, which is unfortunate. Friday is done. We've got a nice bit of money in the bank, just from working, not spending too much money this week. We're not very happy or confident, which is a little bit sad. So maybe do we go out with some people? I mean, we can't afford to go to the theatre. Could go to the museum. Can't afford the opera or the ballet. Could go for a beer in the local bar. Or a trip to the movies. Play tennis, golf. Or we can go to various different restaurants. A rock concert, a pop concert, a jazz concert. We could invite a friend around to watch television. We could visit the casino, have a poker game, wine bar, nightclub, or go bowling. I might go bowling. That seems kind of fun. Wonder if our fellow Benjamin will come with us. He will. We're gonna socialise. Oh, he did not have a good evening. He didn't like your mood. It really wasn't something he enjoys. Apparently, event quality was dreadful, which going out for bowling, I'm guessing, must mean like someone dropped a ball on their foot. That's guaranteed, I can tell you. But it's had a negative effect on our relationship, which is not good. But I won the game, so I get a nice confidence boost, which really helps. Day is over. So we go to sleep. It's the weekend. So it's maybe time to catch up on some shopping. That is something we could do. We've got $56. It's an activity you can do. Should we go shopping, visit the malls and look for some bargains? Or just worship at the altar of consumerism? Even just going to the shop costs money. I assume that's the bus there. But yeah, now that we're here, it gives you a bunch of options for stuff that you could buy. Most of it we cannot afford, but some of it we can. It's just nice to have a little look, see if there is anything that you want. Should we get a pet maybe? I don't know. You have to pay to care for a pet, and when we're in a minimum wage job, I don't think we have that kind of money to be throwing around. We don't have money for an instrument either. This is it being poor. You can't afford nice things. But we can afford some books, and those can help develop skills. So there are a lot of different options for books. Maybe one of them might be of interest. I think we'll buy the food guide. If we're trying to work on our cooking skill, might help to learn a bit about food as well. Should we buy anything else while we're here? I don't know. I don't think there's anything worth buying. We went shopping, that was our first activity. You get 2 activities rather than 1 activity at the weekend because, well, you're not at work anymore, so you get more free time. That's how it works, same way it works in life. You with me? In case you were wondering what skills I was blocking, I'm not blocking a lot. Just the cooking skill, which we've yet to develop, and the bowling skill, which we did develop a tiny bit by going bowling. But anyway, I think for our one remaining activity today, we're going to start to read this food book. We've read a decent bit of it. To ensure you get a good evening's reading done, you need to make sure you aren't stressed, tired, or drunk. And we weren't any of those, as far as I know. We definitely weren't drunk. No stress, that's good. And tiredness is a little bit high, but not too high. So then we go to bed, and we have Sunday now. We're low on confidence, that's not good. But anyway, I think we should start by reading our book again. And then, second thing, I want to raise our confidence, but there's no way you can do that alone. You need to go, like, hang out with someone to raise your confidence, but obviously that costs money. Unless you do the one specific activity that does not cost money, that to invite a friend around to watch television. Should we do that? Sure thing. Why not? He did not enjoy it. He doesn't enjoy television. We're really struggling to get on with our fellow Benjamin. It's quite a disaster, really. Anyway, go to sleep. It's a new week, which means a new month. It's May. It was a wonderful sunny day when you put the bus to work, blah blah blah. So, we earn some money from going to work. We have our class, which we're just gonna go to that. You probably can't see, but our cooking skill has gone up slightly from reading the food book, which is a good sign. So, we go to our cooking class. Ooh, we made a new friend. You met someone new tonight. Say hello to Fiona Taylor. You were bright and alert at your evening classes and learned a great deal. So, 22% completion on the basic cooking skill, and as I said, we have a new friend, Fiona Taylor. Now, I could be wrong, but my presumption with the skills is that the more you develop them, the better it means for your job and prospects of promotion, if the skill is relevant, of course. But anyway, we leave off being a calm, clueless waitress. Yes, I said leave off, because we've played through a week, and it's taken 26 minutes of recording. Obviously I had to explain quite a bit at the beginning, but you can kind of see how this game works, and hopefully, even though we've only played so much, you're getting an idea of how this game could play out over a longer course of time. Which brings to the dilemma that we finished the episode with, of whether this should become a series. I really enjoy this game so far, so I would be happy to make more videos on it. It's just, maybe I need to gauge interest once the video is uploaded. Who knows? But that is where we're going to leave off for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have, because I love this game already. Even though I've only played a little bit of it, it's really enjoyable. Now, just quickly before I go, I'll let you see what our skills are looking like. So, the cooking skill coming along really well, I gotta say. So, next episode, definitely be working on that. Aside from that though, we have reached the end. I love you all so much. I hope to see you next time, and goodbye.